ॐ शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सा बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिमशेषजन्तोः स्वस्तैः स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभां ददासि दारिद्र्यदुःखभयहारिणि का त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् भीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानां न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्याश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरि एवमेव त्वया कार्यमस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् ॐ So just do a quick review of Siddhakunchika Stotram. Shreya, you can do the first half, and Kavita, can you do the remaining stanzas 7 to 12?
Sure, yeah.
Shreya, go ahead first. Shreya, mute लिर का है.
शिव उवाच शृणु देवि प्रवक्ष्यामि कुञ्जिकास्तोत्रमुत्तमम् येन मन्त्रप्रभावेन चण्डीजापः शुभो भवेत् न कवचं नर्कलास्तोत्रं कीलक नरहस्यकं न सूक्तं नापि ध्यानं च नन्यासो न च वर्चनं कुञ्जिका पाठमात्रेण दुर्गा पाठफलं
Shreya, first second line, last word. Va nanyaso nacha varchanam.
नन्यासो न च वार्चनम् कुञ्जिकापाठमात्रेण दुर्गापाठफलं लभेत् अतिगुह्यतरं देवी देवानामपि दुर्लभं गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन स्वयोर्निरिव पार्वती मरणं मोहनं वश्यं स्तम्भनोच्चाटनादिकं पाठमात्रेण संसिद्ध्येत् कुञ्चिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमम्
Okay, second line, first word. Second line, first word. Maranam mohanam.
मारणं मोहनं वश्यं स्तम्भनोच्चाटनादिकं पाठमात्रेण संसिद्ध्येत् कुञ्चिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमम् ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे ॐ ग्लौं हुं क्लीं जुं सः ज्वालय ज्वालय ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे ज्वल हम सं लं क्षं फट् स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिण्यै नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनी नमः कैटभहारिण्यै नमस्ते महिषार्दिनी नमस्ते शुम्भहन्त्रै च निशुम्भासुरघातिनी जागृतं हि महादेवी जपं सिद्धं कुरुष्व मे.
Yeah, and second word, first line. Shumba, you're saying sa, sha. Namaste, Shumba Hantre.
Namaste Shumbhantre cha.
Yeah.
Should I keep going or?
No, you can stop there. Kavita, you do it.
नमस्ते शुम्भहन्त्रे च निशुम्भासुरकातिनि जाग्रतं हि महादेवी जपं सिद्धं गुरुष्व मे ऐङ्कारी सृष्टिरूपायै ह्रीङ्कारी प्रतिपालिका क्लीङ्कारी कामरूपिण्यै बीजरूपे नमोऽस्तु ते सामुण्डा चण्डकाधीशयैकारी वरदायिनी विच्चे सा भयदा नित्यं नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणी.
Kavita, and the three letters, so where the cha is coming, you're saying sa. So like Chamunda, Chandagati, and then cha. So on your side, yeah.
Chamunda Kandagatisha
Chandagati.
दण्डगाती च यैगारी वरदायिनी विच्छेच्छ भयदा नित्यं नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणी तां दीं दूं दूजडे पत्नी वां वीं वूं वागदीश्वरी क्रां ग्रीं ग्रूं कालिका देवी शां शीं शूं मे शुभं गुरु हूं हं हूङ्काररूपिण्यै जं 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 जम्पनादिनी ब्रां ब्रीं ब्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवान्यै ते नमो नमः
Namo
अं
Namaha.
नमो नमः
And then the first line, the first three words, humkara.
हुं 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 हुङ्काररूपिण्यै जं 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 जम्बनादिनी प्रां ब्रीं भ्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवान्यै ते नमो नमः अं कं चं डं धं बं पं यं शं वीं दुं ऐं वीं हं शं द्विजाग्रं द्रोडय दीप्तं गुरु गुरु स्वाहा पां पीं पूं पार्वती पूर्णा कां कीं कूं केसरी तथा
Echari tata.
केचरी तथा सां सीं सूं सप्तसती देव्या मन्त्रसिद्धिं गुरुष्व मे इदं तु कुञ्जिकास्तोत्रं मन्त्रजागर्तिहेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं कोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिकया देवी हीनां सप्तशतीं पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं यथा
And the last line, Siddhir Aranye.
सिद्धिर्हरण्ये
Ah,
सिद्धिररण्ये
Siddhir
अरण्ये
Aranye.
न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं यथा
Mm, okay, so we'll continue with chapter one, but I'm going to say a little bit of the meaning of chapter one before we get into the class today. So now we have to start from 11. So anyways, the chapter one is a long chapter, right? So I'll break the meaning into three parts, right, as we're talking to it. So this one, like we said when we started, is this is part of the Markandeya Purana. That's why it starts with Markandeyo Vacha. It first starts with Markandeya telling the entire story to a rishi called as Bhaguri. One of the rishis who Markandeya is telling this as part of the Markandeya Puranam. In this portion, he's telling about the story to Bhaguri. Now, Markandeya says, he's saying, I'm going to talk to you about this, a Manu, right? And I'm not going to get into the details of a Manu. For those who are in the Narayaniam, you know the concept of Manu, Manvantara, and all of that. We are right now in the Vaivasvata Manvantara. He's saying, I'm going to talk to you about the eighth Manu, which is the next Manu after the current Manu, Vaivasvata Manu. I'm going to talk to you about this Manu called the Savarni. And this such is Savarni Surya Thanayo. She says this Savarni, who's going to be the son of the sun god, similar to the Vaivasvata Manu. He's also son of Vivaswan. He's also the son of the sun god. So similarly, I'm going to tell you about this next eighth Manu, but the story when he's telling is during that time of the second Manu, which means several hundreds of thousands of years back. Because he says, at that time, Swarochishe Purvam, he says, at the time of the Manu called as Swarochisha, who's the second Manu, Markandeya is telling the story. So he's telling at the time of the second Manu, but he's telling, let me tell you about the story of the eighth Manu who is going to be born later. Because during this time of the second Manu, that Manu is a king. He later on becomes the eighth Manu. We'll see how he becomes the eighth Manu at the end of the 13th chapter only. So he starts off by telling, okay, let me tell you, during the time of the second Manu called as Swarochisha, there was a king. That king's name is Suratha. So this king Surata was a very powerful king, right? So he was able to rule over, a lot of the places, and he was very powerful, and everything was going well for him. It so happens at one point, his kingdom and he get into a battle with a group of king or a group of dynasty called as Kola Vidvamsi. That's why Kola Vidvamsi Tataha, it will come somewhere. So Kola Vidvamsi, there is some clan, some dynasty or some kingdom who he gets into a battle with. This king, although he was extremely strong, and on any given day, he could have defeated this Kola Vidvamsi kings very easily. It so happens that it was his bad time and he ends up losing that battle. So, like what would happen with when you lose the battle with the king is they're going to take over the kingdom and they're going to drive all the king away. So this king finally somehow he escapes. He doesn't die. This Suratha, so he somehow escapes. So he comes back to his kingdom, and he notices when he comes back to his kingdom that everything has been taken from him, like his entire treasury and all the animals, all the soldiers, his entire kingdom has been taken by this Kola Vidvamsi ruler. So he's now sitting and contemplating, saying that I have lost all these things. I used to be so rich. I used to be so powerful, and I have completely lost everything that belongs to me. And he has no place because he's essentially lost. So overnight, what he does is he has one horse. So he gets onto this horse and then he goes. He ends up reaching the hermitage of a sage called as Sumedas. Some sage is there, Sumedas. So this guy, this king ends up reaching that hermitage and he stops there because everything around, because although it was in the middle of a forest, that hermitage was extremely peaceful. The animals were not cruel, the animals were very calm. So he says, okay, there's something pious about this place, that even the wild animals are very calm. So he decides that I'm going to settle down there. So he then settles down under the shelter of that Sumedas, so the sage. And then after that, he stays there for some time. The sage doesn't ask him anything. The king is just settling there. He's just wandering around like it happens to all of us. And this is a classic, both the example of the Suratha, the king, and what we're going to talk about, Samadhi, the Vaishya, are things that we can relate to ourselves very easily. So, although the king has lost all his kingdom, he's sitting and thinking, at one point, I used to be so rich. I used to have all these things in my kingdom. I have somehow lost all of these things. But he still is wondering, what is happening to my people? Who is going to take care of my people? Right? I had accumulated so much wealth. The new kings who are coming, I hope the treasurer takes care of the wealth. My elephants were so great. I hope the new king who's coming is taking care of the elephants. He cannot let go what was his, which is no longer his. Right? So, although he has lost everything, he's been driven out of the kingdom, he's sitting and thinking about it because that doesn't go out of his mind. He constantly keeps on thinking about it, and he keeps worrying about it because he keeps thinking. He's more concerned about what has happened to his, he said, I have all this infantry. I've spent years and years building up my infantry. Who's going to take care of it? What is going to happen to it? Just constantly thinking. As he's sitting and thinking, a Vaishya, a merchant comes, who also seems lost. This merchant is actually coming here, and this king is asking this Vaishya, like, what happened? Who are you, and what are you doing around here in the forest? So you seem very disturbed, right? At that time, the Vaishya has his own story. He says, I am a Vaishya by the name of Samadhi. I used to be extremely rich. He says, I used to be so rich and I had so much desire for my money. But, but what happened at the end, someday my own wife and my children cheated me out of my money. Because at the end of the day, and very beautifully, Adi Shankaracharya says in Bhajagovindam that sometimes you have so much money that you are afraid of your own son who will come after your money, right? So here he says that's what happens. He says that I had so much money, but somehow my wife and my children wanted all that money from me. And because he didn't want to spend or give away all this, they essentially took all the money from him and they drove him out of the house, right? So you have to think of this person now who has been driven out of his house by his own wife and kids. And he's sitting here and he's upset about it. But then he's thinking about his wife and children again. He's saying, I'm wondering what's going to happen to my wife and children. I hope they are happy. I don't think they know how to take care of money. I hope their health is all okay. So he constantly keeps thinking about his wife and children, although he has been driven away from all of them, right? So the king says, the king himself has problems. He's thinking about his kingdom, which he has lost. So he's going and asking the Vaishya, it seems very stupid what you're saying. Your wife and your children have taken all your money and thrown you out of the house. You still seem to be thinking about them. You still seem to be concerned about them. You're not letting them go out of your mind, right? Why is that? So he says, that's absolutely true. Although my wife and children have done this, it is so odd, the Vaishya is saying, I cannot let it go. I cannot stop caring about them. I'm constantly thinking about them and I don't know what else to do, right? So that is the problem that the Vaishya is having. He says, I don't know what I can do. So this sage, this king says, I also have a similar problem. So both of them go meet that sage, Sumedas, who is there, and then they go and tell the problem to the sage, where the king says his situation, says that although I don't have any possessions in my control right now, I cannot let go. I keep going back to those problems. This Vaishya has been kicked out of his house. He still keeps thinking about his wife and kids. And he says, both of us are smart. It's not like we are dumb, right? He was a great king. The Vaishya was an extremely rich person, which means he must have been intelligent, right? To make all this money. He says, why is it that although we are all so smart, we cannot get our mind under control and our mind keeps going back to the past, which we cannot change, right? That's the question that the king and the Vaishya posed to the sage Sumedas, right? So that comes to about stanza 35. I'll stop with the story here, which I think all of us can relate. Anything that has happened in the past, we keep going back to the past, right? Even though we cannot change an iota of what has happened in the past, but our mind still keeps going back to that, saying what is happening to somebody or what has happened to my things, although we have lost everything or we lost somebody, we keep going back. He says, because we cannot keep our mind under control. That is a question that the sage, is the king and the Vaishya, are asking the sage Sumedas, to which Sumedas is going to explain. Right, he's going to then say the entire Devi Mahatmyam as a result of that. So that is the setup, right, of the story here. All right. So we'll start, I think, from stanza 11, I think, or 12. Let me just check. Okay, so we did until 11, so we'll start from 12. Okay. Mridulaji, you can be student, and Harish, you can be student. Sochinta yat tada tatra mamatva krishta chetanaha matpurvaihi, put a F, matpurvaif palitam purvam mayahinam puram hi tat. Sochintayat tadha tatra mamatva krishta chetanaha matpurvaif palitam purvam maya hinam puram hi tat. Mridulaji, you're on mute.
I'm trying to find my pages, Rajesh. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. Can you please go first,
Harish, can you
Harish?
go? Oh, Harish is busy with his daughter. Okay. Okay. Gomati, Ninga Pandela, I'll pick Harish the second half.
Try.
Okay.
I am so
So
sorry.
No worries.
चिन्तयत्थदा तत्र ममत्वा அது வந்து कृष्टु चेतनः
Mamatva krishta chetanaha.
कृष्ट ओके सो चिन्तयत्थदा तत्र ममत्वा कृष्टुचेतनः मत्वपूर्वैः पालितं मत्पूर्वैः पालितं पूर्वं मया हीनं पुरं इतत् सोचिन्तयत्थदा तत्र ममत्वा कृष्टुचेतनः मत्पूर्वैः पालितं पूर्वं मया हीनं पुरं हि तत्.
Mridulaji, did you get it?
Yes, I can do it.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
So that was daddy duty. Or do you want me to go later?
You can. I'll pick in the second half, Harish. That's okay.
Okay.
Second round. Yeah.
Shall I go?
Yeah, you go ahead, Mridulaji.
Thank you. So chintayadatta yattada tate mamatva krishta chetanaha matpurvai palitam purvam maya hinam puram hitat. My pages are messed up. Mad brittes tairyasat.
No. So repeat second time, right?
Oh, sorry. See, I forgot the protocol already. It's gone only for 3 weeks. Sorry. So chintaya dattада tatre mamatva krishta chetanaha mamat purvai palitam purvam maya hinam puram hittat.
The first line, first word. So chintayat tadha.
So chintaya tada.
Yeah. And then the
Thank you.
second line, first word. Matpurvaif.
Mat purvaif.
Yeah.
Thank you.
13. Madbhrityais taira sad vrittair dharmatah, put a F, dharmatah palyate nava na jane sa pradhano me shura hasti sada madah. मद्भृत्यैस्तैरसद्वृत्तैर्धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने स प्रधानो मे शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
मद्भृत्यैस्थैरसद्भृत्यैर्धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने स प्रधानो मे शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
And the vrittair, there's no ya sound there. Just it and atta. Vrittair.
Madbhrittaira.
Adalla. Madbhrityais taira sad vrittair.
Sadvrityais. Okay. Madbhrityaiस्थैरसद्वृत्त्यैर्धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने स प्रधानो मे शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
The same, and the dharmatah, just before that, that word is vrittair.
Vrittair.
Yeah.
Madbhrityaiस्थैरसद्वृत्तैर्.
Yeah. Yeah. Vrittair. Yeah.
मद्भृत्यैस्तैर्यसद्वृत्त्यैर्धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने स प्रधानो मे शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
You're also adding a ya for that vrittair. There's no ya there. Just before that dharmata, that word vrittair.
Okay, thank you. मद्भृत्यैस्तैर्यसद्वृत्त्यैर्.
No, vrittair.
वृत्तैर्
Yeah.
धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने स प्रधानो मे शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
Mama vairi vasham yatah, put a ich, yatah kan bhogan upalapsyate ye mamanu-gata nityam prasada dhana bhojanaihi. Mama vairi vasham yatah kan bhogan upalapsyate ye mamanu-gata nityam prasada dhana bhojanaihi.
मम वैरिवशं यातः कानभोगानुलप्स्यते ये ममानुगता नित्यं प्रसादधनभोजनैः. मम वै
Kan, not kana. Kan bhogan upalapsyate.
भोगान् उपलभ्य. Okay, I split. Okay. मम वैरिवशं यातः कान् भोगान् उपलप्स्यते ये ममानुगता नित्यं प्रसादघनभोजनैः.
मम वैरिवशं यातः कान् भोगान् उपलप्स्यते ये ममानुगता नित्यं प्रसाद धनभोजनैः. मम वैरिवशं यातः कान् भोगान् उपलप्स्यते ये ममानुगता नित्यं प्रसाद धनभोजनैः.
Anuvrittim dhruvam tedya kurvantyanya mahibhritam. Cannot break that word. You have to say the whole word together. Kurvantyanya mahibhritam. Asamyag vyaya shilaistaihi. Put a h sound. Shilaistaih. Kurvadbihi. Put a is. Kurvadbhis. Satatam vyayam. Anuvrittim dhruvam tedya kurvantyanyamahibhritam asamyak vyayashilaistaiः kurvadbhis satatam vyayam.
अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेद्य कुर्वन् यन्यमहीभृताम् असम्यग् व्ययशीलैस्तैः कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम्.
And both the ku are short ku. You are saying long ku. Kurvadbhis.
अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेद्य कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम् असम्यग् व्ययशीलैस्तैः कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम्
Short ku. Kurvadbhis.
कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम्
अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेत्य कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम् असम्यक् व्ययशीलैस्तै कुर्वन्तिभिः सततं व्ययम्
Kurvadbhis.
कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम् अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेत्य कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम् असम्यग् व्ययशीलैस्तै कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम्
That word again. Kurvadbhis.
कुर्वद्भिः
Yes. Kurvadbhis.
कुर्वद्भिः. Thank you.
Sanchitaha, put is sanchitas soti dukkhena kshayam kosho gamishyati etach chanyacha double cha chanyacha satatam chintayamasa parthivaha sanchitasoti dukkhena kshayam kosho gamishyati एतच्चान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः
सञ्चितसोति दुःखेन क्षयं कोशो गमिष्यति एतच्चान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः
फर्स्ट लाइनक्षा KSH क्षयं
सञ्चितसोति दुःखेन क्षयं कोशो गमिष्यति एतच्चान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः
सञ्चितस्सोदि दुःखेन क्षयं कोशो गमिष्यति एतच्छान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः सञ्चितस्सोदि दुःखेन क्षयं कोशो गमिष्यति एतच्छान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः
तत्र विप्राश्रम I'm breaking at that ma विप्राश्रम आभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्शसः स पृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेतुश्चागमनेत्र one word हेतुश्चागमनेत्र कः तत्र विप्राश्रमाभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्शसः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेतुश्चागमनेत्र कः
तत्र विप्राक्षमाभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्शसः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेतुश्चागमनेऽत्र कः तत्र विप्राक्षमाभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्शसः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेतुश्चागमनेऽत्र कः
Gopati, on the second line, first line, second word, Vipra Shrada. I'm hearing a Ksha sound angle. Just Shra. Viprashram.
Shra. Okay.
Ashram. Ashram. That's the word there. Viprashram.
Thank you, Rajesh. Sorry, now I'm trying Sanskrit ipellame.
No, no worries.
I'm having. Okay,
No,
thank you.
that's fine. I'm just saying. So if you remember Vipra Ashram. So Viprashram.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
तत्र विप्राश्रम आभ्यासे वश्यमेकं ददर्शसः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेदश्चागमनेऽत्र कः तत्र विप्राश्रम आभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्शसः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेतुश्चागमनेऽत्र कः
सशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्य वचस्तस्य भूपतेः put f भूपतेः प्रणयोदितम्. I'll say one more, this next line also. प्रत्युवाच सतं वैश्यः put f वैश्यः प्रश्रया वनतो नृपम्. सशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच स तं वैश्यः प्रश्रयावनतो नृपम्
शशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच स तं वैश्यः प्रश्यावनतो नृपं प्रश्रयावनतो नृपम् शशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच स तं वैश्यः प्रश्रयावनतो नृपम्
Yeah, there's some background noise coming in the stanza. I don't know what. It was not coming before, but anyway. But I heard you.
सशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच स तं वैश्यः प्रश्रयावनतो नृपम् सशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच स तं वैश्यः प्रश्रयावनतो नृपम्
वैश्योवाच समाधिर नाम वैश्योहम, up to that one word, वैश्योहम उत्पन्नो धनिनाम कुले. वैश्योवाच समाधिर्नाम वैश्योहम उत्पन्नो धनिनाम कुले.
वैश्य उवाच समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽहम् उत्पन्नो धनिनां कुले वैश्य उवाच समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽहम् उत्पन्नो धनिनां कुले
वैश्य उवाच समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽहम् उत्पन्नो धनिनां कुले वैश्य उवाच समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽहम् उत्पन्नो धनिनां कुले
पुत्र दारैर निरस्तश्च धनलोभाद साधुभिः विहीनश्च धनैर दारैः put a f दारैः पुत्रैर आदाय, if you want to break that at the ra, पुत्रैर आदाय मे धनम. पुत्रधारैर्निरस्तश्च धनलोभादसाधुभिः विहीनश्च धनैर्दारैः पुत्रैरादाय मे धनम्.
पुत्रधारै निरस्तश्च धनलोभादसाधुभिः विहिन्नश्च धनैर्धारैः पुत्रैराधाय मे धनम् पुत्रधारैर्निरस्तश्च धनलोभादसाधुभिः विहिन्नश्च धनैर्धारैः पुत्रैराधाय मे धनम्.
Correct. And the ra vandu you pick it into iranda a putrair adaya me dhanam.
पुत्रैराधाय मे धनम्.
पुत्रधारैर्निरस्तश्च धनलोभादसाधुभिः विहीनश्च धनैर्दारैः पुत्रै आदाय मे धनम् पुत्रधारैर्निरस्तश्च धनलोभादसाधुभिः विहीनश्च धनैर्दारैः पुत्रै आदाय मे धनम्
Vanam abhyagato, I'm just breaking at that ma. Vanam abhyagato dukhi nirastash chapta bandhubihi soham na vedmi. It's a id and vedmi, the and ma vedmi putranam kushalatmikam. That's one word. वनमभ्यागतो दुःखी निरस्तश्चाप्तबन्धुभिः सोऽहं न वेद्मि पुत्राणां कुशलात्मिकाम्.
वनम् अभ्यागतो दुःखी निरस्ताश्चाप्तबन्धुभिः सोऽहं न वेदमी पुत्राणां कुशलात्मिकाम्.
And the second line, you're saying Vedami, it's Vedmi.
Vedmi. Okay. Vanam abhyagato dukkhi nirastashchaptabandhubihi soham na vedmi putranam kushalaatmikam. Okay. Soham na vedmi putranam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanam abhyagado dukkhi nirastashchaptabandhubihi soham na vedmi putranam kushalatmikam. Vanam abhyagado dukkhi nirastashchaptabandhubihi soham na vedmi putranam kushalatmikam.
Pravrittim swajananam cha daranam chatra samstitaha kimnu tesham grihe kshemam, breaking at that mark, kshemam, akshemam kimnu sampratam, katam te kimnu sadvritta, durvrittaha, put ih, durvrittah kimnu me sutaha. प्रवृत्तिं स्वजनानां च धाराणां चात्र संस्थितः किं नु तेषां गृहे क्षेमम् अक्षेमं किं नु साम्प्रतं कथं ते किं नु सद्वृत्ता दुर्वृत्ताः किं नु मे सुताः.
प्रवृत्तिं स्वजनानां च धाराणां चात्र संस्थितः किं नु तेषां गृहे क्षेमम् अक्षेमं किं नु साम्प्रतं कथं ते किं न सद्वृत्ता ते वृताः किं नु मे
दुर्वृत्ताः
किं नु मे सुताः.
Again, in the where did it go? Yeah, that wherever that ksha came, you are again not saying that ksha. Kim nu tesham grihe kshemam akshemam.
Got it. Thank you. Okay. प्रवृत्तिं स्वजनानां च धाराणां चात्र संस्थितः किं नु तेषां गृहे क्षेमम् अक्षेमं किं नु साम्प्रतं कथं ते किं नु
Sadvritta.
कथं ते किं नु सद्वृत्ता देववृता किं नु मे
Durvritta.
Okay. कथं ते किं नु सद्वृत्ता दुर्वृता किं नु मे सुताः.
प्रवृत्तिं स्वजानां च दाराणां च छात्र संस्थितः किं नु तेषां गृहे क्षेमम् अक्षेमं किं नु साम्प्रतं कथं ते किं नु सद्वृत्ता दुर्वृत्ताः किं नु मे सुताः.
First line, swajananam.
Swajananam. Okay. प्रवृत्तिं स्वजनानां च दाराणां चात्र संस्थितः किं नु तेषां गृहे क्षेमम् अक्षेमं किं नु साम्प्रतं कथं ते किं नु सद्वृत्ता दुर्वृत्ताः किं नु मे सुताः.
All right, we'll switch halfway. Harish, you can be student, and Isha, you can be student. Rajo vacha yair nirasto bhaval lubdhaihi, put a F, bhaval lubdhaif putra daradibhir danaihi teshu kim bhavataha, put a is bhavatas sneham, breaking at that mark, sneham anubhadnati manasam. Rajovacha yairnirasto bhavalubdaif putradaradibhirdanaihi teshu kim bhavatas sneham anubadhnati manasam.
Rajovacha यैर्निरस्तो भवार्लुब्धैः पुत्रदारादिभिर्धनैः तेषु किं भवतः स्नेहम् अनुबध्नाति मानसम् राजोवाच यैर्निरस्तो भवार्लुब्धैः पुत्रदारादिभिर्धनैः तेषु किं भवतः स्नेहम् अनुबध्नाति मानसम्
राजोवाच यैर्निरस्तो भवाल्लुब्धैः पुत्रदारादिभिर्धनैः तेषु किं भवतः स्नेहम् अनुबध्नाति मानसम् राजोवाच यैर्निरस्तो भवाल्लुब्धैः पुत्रदारादिभिर्धनैः तेषु किं भवतः स्नेहम् अनुबध्नाति मानसम्
वैश्योवाच एवम् एतत् यथा प्राह भवान् अस्मत्, I'm just breaking at that na, भवान् अस्मत् गतं वचः। वैश्योवाच एवमेतत् यथा प्राह भवान् अस्मत् गतं वचः।
वैश्योवाच एवमेतद्वथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतं वचः
And the second line, एवमेतत् यथा प्राह।
एवमेतद् यथा प्राह भवानस्मत् sorry it just went off on me just give me 1 minute वैश्योवाच एवमेतद् sorry say that again
एवमेतत्
एवमेतद्
यथा प्राह।
यथा प्राह एवमेतद् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतं वचः
Yeah, अस्मत् गतं।
let me say that once again if that's okay.
Yeah.
वैश्योवाच एवमेतद् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतं वचः
वैश्योवाच एवमेतत् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतं वचः वैश्योवाच एवमेतत् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतं वचः
किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः पुट इस् यैस् सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः। किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः।
किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः
The second line, second word again. Santyajya.
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः
किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः
Pati swajana hardam cha hardi teshveva me manaha kimetan nabhi janami janannapi mahamate. पतिस्वजन हार्दं च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः किमेतन्नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते।
पतिस्वजनहार्दं च हार्दितेष्वमं
तेष्वेव
तेष्ववमे मनः किमेतन्नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते पतिस्वजनहार्दं च हार्दितेष्वव मे मनः किमेतन्नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते
In the first line, तेष्वेव.
तेष्वेव मे
Yeah.
मनः
Yeah.
पतिस्वजनहार्तं च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः किमेतन्नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते पतिस्वजनहार्तं च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः किमेतन्नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते.
This is the Vaishya telling. You can understand from some of the words that he's using that, like even though like I've been discarded as an husband, and then Pitrus Swajana Hardam, just somewhere it came right earlier. Yeah, so although my children had discarded me as a father, all of this has been done, and I've been kicked out. I still don't know why my mind keeps going back to them. Right? I cannot just it still keeps going back, right? That's what he's saying. I don't know why. He says, I don't know why I can't control my mind to not go after people who have already kicked me out and discarded me. I still have a love and affection towards them, which I'm not able to let go, right? Yat prema pravanam chittam viguneshwapi bandhushu तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो दौर्मनस्यं च जायते करोमि किं यन्न मनस् तेष्व निष्ठुरम् यत्प्रेम प्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो दौर्मनस्यं च जायते करोमि किं यन्न मनस्तेष्व निष्ठुरम्
यत्प्रेमप्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु तेषां कृत्ये मे निःश्वासो दौर्मनस्यं च जायते करोमि किं
यन्न मनस्
यन्नमनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् यत्प्रेमप्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु तेषां कृत्ये मे निःश्वासो दौर्मनस्यं च जायते करोमि किं यन्नमनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम्.
Yeah, so that manas is up to that is the half. It's manaha, which becomes manas. So you can say up to that. Karomi kim yenna manas teshva pritishu nishturam.
करोमि किं यन्नमनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम्.
यत्प्रेमप्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु तेषां कृते मे निःश्वासो दौर्मनस्यं च जायते करोमि किं यन्न मनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् यत्प्रेमप्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु तेषां कृते मे निःश्वासो दौर्मनस्य च जायते करोमि किं यन्न मनस् Is it yanna
Yenna
manastvesha?
manas karomi kim yenna manas.
Karomi kim yanna manastvesha pritishu nishturam.
Markandeyo vacha tatastau sahitau vipra tam munim samupastitau. मार्कण्डेयो वाच ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्रतं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ
मार्कण्डेयोवाच ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्रतं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ मार्कण्डेयोवाच ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्रतं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ
मार्कण्डेयोवाच ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्रतं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ मार्कण्डेयोवाच ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्रतं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिव सत्तमः कृत्वा तुतौ यथान्यायं यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथाः put ih कथाः काश्चिश्च ish and chi and cha काश्चिश्च chakratur vaishya parthivo. Okay, I'll break that word again. Ish and cha. Okay, like I said, that ish and cha is going to come hundreds of times. The moment you see it, you should know how to say that. So, upavishtau katah kashchist chakratur vaishya parthivo. समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिवसत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथान्यायं यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चिश्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिवसत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथान्यायं यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कदाः काश्चिश्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिवसत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथान्यायं यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कदाः काश्चिश्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिवसत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायं यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चिश्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिवसत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायं यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चिश्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
राजोवाच भगवन्स्त्वामहं प्रष्टुं ब्रेकिंग दत्मा इच्छाम्येकं वदस्व तत् राजोवाच भगवन्स्त्वामहं प्रष्टुम् इच्छाम्येकं वदस्व तत्
राजोवाच भगवस्त्वामहं प्रष्टुम् इच्छाम्येकं वदस्व तत्
And the second line la bhagavans in and is bhagavans.
राजोवाच भगवन्स्त्वामहं प्रष्टुम् इच्छाम्येकं वदस्व तत् राजोवाच भगवन्स्त्वामहं प्रष्टुम् इच्छाम्येकं वचस्वतत्
राजोवाच भगवन्स्त्वामहं प्रष्टुमिच्छाम्येकं वदस्व तत् राजोवाच भगवन्स्त्वामहं प्रष्टुमिच्छाम्येकं वदस्व तत्
Dukkhaya yanme manasah put is manasas swachittayattatam. One word swachittayattatam. Swachittayattatam. But don't worry about breaking it that way. Just say the whole word together. Swachittayattatam vina mamatvam gata rajyasya Rajyangeshwakhileshwapi. Again, one word because it's Rajyangeshu Akhileshu Api. Three words there. So Rajyangeshwakhileshwapi. One word. Dukkhayayan me manasa swachit. Sorry, question.
Sorry, that was me.
दुःखाय यन्मे मनसः स्वचित्ताय ततां विना मम त्वं गतराज्यस्य राज्याङ्गेष्वखिलेष्वपि
दुःखायन् यन्मे मनसः स्वचित्ता यततां विना मम त्वं गतराज्यस्य राज्याङ्गेष्वखिलेष्वपि
वपि
स्वपि दुःखाय यन्मे मनसः स्वचित्ता यततां विना मम त्वं गतराज्यस्य राज्याङ्गेष्वखिलेष्वपि
दुःखाय यन्मे मनसः स्वचिता यत्ततां विना मम त्वं गतराज्यस्य राज्याङ्गेष्वखिलेष्वपि दुःखाय यन्मे मनसः स्वचिता यत्ततां विना मम त्वं गतराज्यस्य राज्याङ्गेष्वखिलेष्वपि
do one more and stop जानतोऽपि यथाज्ञस्य किमेतन् मुनि सत्तम अयं च निकृतः put a f निकृतः पुत्रैर् दारैर् भृत्यैस् ततोज्झितः. You can break those words clearly there. जानतोऽपि यथाज्ञस्य किमेतन् मुनिसत्तमः अयं च निकृतः पुत्रैर्दारैर्भृत्यैस्ततोज्झितः.
जानतोऽपि यदान्यस्य किमेतन्मुनिसत्तमा अयं च निकृतैः पुत्रैर्दारैर्भृत्यैस्तवोचितः
तथोज्झितः.
तथोचितः जानतोऽपि यदान्यस्य किमेतन्मुनिसत्तमा अयं च निकृतैः पुत्रैर्दारैर्भृत्यस्तथोचितः.
And the second line, third word, nikritaf.
अयं च निकृतः पुत्रैर्दारैर्भृत्यैस्तथोचितः.
जानतोऽपि यथाज्ञस्य किमेतन्मुनिसत्तम अयं च निकृतः पुत्रैर्दारैर्भृत्यैस्तथयोजितः
तथोज्झितः.
ततोचितः जानतोऽपि यथाज्ञस्य किमेतन्मुनिसत्तम अयं च निकृतः पुत्रैर्दारैर्भृत्यैस्तथयोजितः
That word, भृत्यैस्
भृत्यैस्तथोजितः
तथोज्झितः.
भृत्यैस्तथोजितः
भृत्यैस्तथोज्झितः.
Okay.
Okay. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Stop here today. Let's see you all next week.
Shubhratri. Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you,
you.
everyone. Bye.
Rajeshji, can I ask a quick question? Can you stay on for a minute?
Yeah.
I'll let the others drop off.
Okay.
This is about the Parayanam invite for 24th.
Yeah.
I know that it is Parayanam, so I just would like to understand the structure because I've got some drops and pickups. I would love to attend. I would want to attend, but I have some drops for my son,
And
which
you can
gets
come
over only
anytime.
by
See, we will start it at the sharp 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And it'll get over at 8:30.
But I can join in between.
You join anytime. It'll be just all group chant pannidrupa. So you come whenever you are able to.
So what I will, if it's okay with you, is it okay to drop my mother there? She
Absolutely.
also wants to do the Parayanam earlier,
Please.
slightly earlier.
Yeah.
I might have to do it half an hour earlier so that I can come back,
worries.
drop my son off, and then pick him up.
Drop Amma anytime, and then you come anytime. But we'll start sharp at 6 and we'll finish by 8:30.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye.